Hello, welcome to Class 12 Business Studies Staffing Chapter 6. It's an explanation part 1. And in this chapter, we will be discussing about the following contents. They are introductions, meaning, and importance of staffing. So in these explanations, we will be covering the three mentioned contents. Clear? So now before we start with this chapter, let me give you a short introduction on what is staffing. Staffs are one of the main assets of any firm. Okay, so the foundations of any organizations is the talented and hardworking people, because the companies which you have heard about it, the names of the companies, the famous company, the renowned companies, it's all because of the talented and hardworking staffs. Okay, so because of this, if you have a quality staff, if you give the right person the right position, then automatically there is a good functioning of the organization. It's indeed a fact that the growth of an organization requires the continual infusion of quality staffs, or the provisions for appropriate human resources is an uh, essential requirements of any organization's success. So that is why it is believed that the organizations can achieve its objectives and its goal only when it has the right person in the right positions. So let me tell you again, the success of any organization does not depend upon the physical or the financial resources, but it depends upon the utilizations of these resources by human resources. So that is why hardworking and efficient people are the most important assets of an organizations. So that is why staffs plays a very important role in an organization. So because of them, the foundation of the firm creates. So the key to success of any organizations is a right person at the right job positions, which I already told you earlier. So staffing function is concerned with bringing the right and efficient people in the organizations. So the staffing mainly establishes its relationship with the human resources management. So it describes the process and the sources of recruitment, steps of selection process. So it highlights the needs of a proper training and development, and on the job or the off the job method of training, induction training, vestibular trainings, so apprenticeship trainings and internship trainings. So if you want to keep the staffs, if you want to keep a qualified staff, then training is must for every staff working under a organizations or a firm. So that is why staffs plays a very important role in the organizations. So after planning, we have already discussed about it, and then organizing. So after organizing, the next function of managers is to perform the staffing functions. So through this staffing, the managers can fill all the jobs created by the organizing functions. So next, let us start with the meaning of staffing. Staffing means appointing component person according to the importance of the post in the organization. It means that more capable person are appointed on more important post, and comparatively less competent person can be appointed on less important post. And another meaning is staffing is the process of filling positions or post in the organizations with adequate and qualified personnel. So, staffing is the process of acquiring, deploying, and retaining a workforce of sufficient quality and quantity to create positive impact on the organization's effectiveness. So with this, let me tell you the most simple meaning of staffing is staffing means putting a people to a right job. So, staffing consists of manpower, planning, recruitment, selection, training, compensations, promotions, and maintenance of managerial personnel. And another meaning is staffing has been described as the managerial functions of filling and keeping filled positions in the organization structures. So, this can be achieved by identifying requirements of workforce, followed by, like I said earlier, recruitment, selection, placement, promotions, appraisals, and development of personnel to fill the roles designed into the organization structure. So, staffing actually means, if you did not get my point, let me tell you, staffing is actually means putting people to jobs or finding the right people for the right job. In other words, you can also say staffing has been described as the managerial functions of filling and keeping filled the position in the organizational structure. Now, next is the importance of staffing. So, under this, there are 7 points. The first one is filling the roles by obtaining competent personnel, placing right person at the right job, growth of enterprise, optimum utilizations of human resources, helps in competing, improves job satisfaction and morale of the employees, and the last is key to effectiveness of other functions. Now let us go in details the importance or the needs, benefits or the advantages of the staffing. So efficient staff can help to attain the number one position in the market, and inefficient staff can bring you down in the market. Means if you have a good staff, then it will make the number one position in the market. Supposing if your staffs are insufficient, and that may bring your company down in the market. So the performance of an organization, they mainly depend upon the performance of its employee. Now let us go in details. If there is a proper staffing, it ensures the following benefits of the organizations. The first one is filling the roles by obtaining competent personnel. Means obviously staffing functions are needed to fill the job positions. So if there is no use of job position unless and until they are occupied by employees, and it is through staffing functions only that employees are appointed to fill the vacant job. Is that clear? And another one is placing a right person at a right job. Means if you ensure that there is a higher performance by placing a right person on the right job by the proper recruitment and selections, so employees are given a job according to their qualifications. So if you give a right job to a right person with their qualifications, then obviously there is a more chances of a good functioning of the organizations. And another one is growth of enterprise. Growth of enterprise means if you appoint efficient staffs, then the staff ensures the continuous survival and the growth of the enterprise. So as organization grows with the effort of its employees only. If you want to grow your business, so if the organization grows, then obviously it is all the effort of its employees only. And another one is the optimum utilizations of human resources. So optimum utilizations of resources, it's not resources but the optimum utilizations of human resources. So through manpower planning and job analysis, we can find out the number of employees that are required in the organizations. So there is a less chances of over managing and shortage of underutilizations of personnel. Next is helps in competing. Two organizations can easily acquire the same type of physical and financial resources, but what helps organizations to win over the other is the efficient staff. So the organizations with efficient staff can only win over its competitors. So there is a need of a efficient staff to win over its competitions. And the sixth is improve job satisfaction and morale of the employees. Means staffing functions does not end only with the appointment of employees. Just because appointing of employees is not everything. So in that it includes a proper training, promotions, compensations, etc. All these activities helps in motivating the employees and also boost up their morale of the employees. So if we give them a proper training, then obviously they'll always keep themselves updated and they'll always learn something new every. And promotion also helps them to motivate, because if they put in their hard work, if they give 100% towards their work, obviously there is a more chances of promotions as they gain more of the experience. And also helps in the standard of living, as well as they'll they will receive more of respect and their status. So that is why promotion also plays a very important role, as well as compensations as well. If we compensate them, if we give them the compensations, obviously the employees they will have trust in the firm, the place where they work. So that is why it helps in the improving of the job satisfactions. And another one, that is the last point, is key to effectiveness of other functions. Means there is no other functions of management which can be carried out without the help of the efficient staffings, because almost all the functions are performed by human being, and human beings join the organizations by staffing functions only. That means staff, without staff there is no firm. So if there is a efficient staffs, then obviously there is a more chances of a successful business. So that is why human beings join the organizations by staffing functions only. So this was the importance of the staffing.